How are we? Sorry we are late. Technical difficulties abound tonight. There is stuff going on left, right, and center. So I may not be who you expected, but I am here to begin the show and start off and just check in with you. Welcome to the Paranormal Hot Seat. And Renata will hopefully be joining us at some point. We are just doing a little bit of underwater pedal. So hopefully you guys are all good and feeling good and surviving the week. This week has gone so quickly. It is already the middle of October. So it is it is very interesting how quickly it's going to be spooky. Well, it's already spooky season, but how quickly it is. We'll be joined soon. I'm sorry, Vanessa. I know that I am not the main attraction, but I am here to discuss things with you. I've got some spooky stories to discuss with you guys and to have a little bit of a cross reference and see if you believe what they're saying. Now, this is a little bit of a sensitive topic, so I don't know if any. Do we have any Disney heads in the chat? Anyone that is a major fan of Disney and the Disney parks? Hey, Shane, how are you? Oh, Catherine's out as well. My God. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I feel the love. So, if you are a Disney person or you haven't been following the news, Disney is having a little bit of a rash of controversy. There was some unfortunateness at a couple of Disney parks that somebody passed away on a roller coaster. And recently, within the last 48 hours, there was actually a suicide in one of the hotels at Disneyland, I believe. So there's been a bit of drama at Disney. But it's important to note that the Disney parks are not without their foibles, obviously, but they are not without their share of spirits. Obviously, the Haunted Mansion is a big one, but there is a wonderful site that I came across a while back called Haunted Orange County, and there is a whole section of accounts of guests, of ex-workers, or people that still work there, of hauntings at Disneyland. So I'm going to go through some of them with you because there are some really eerie ones. Obviously, when somewhere has been a space of that many people and their energy flowing through, there's going to be residual stuff. But you've got to also think what stays there, what lingers there afterwards. So I'm going to read you a couple of short little Disney stories, and you can discuss and see if you've got any ideas or things. So this one was submitted by a former attendant at Disneyland, a cast member, as they call them. I used to work as an artist there for about 5 years. The first week there, I was spooked by the sound of kids playing in the halls of a storage area, which was in New Orleans Square by the courtyard of the staircase, after closing hours. It took me a while to put it together that we were closed and there shouldn't have been any little kids there. Also closing in front of the Pirates of the Caribbean exit, I got messed with and my niece saw the same ghost by the cast member eating in an eating and storage area. Disney is definitely the most haunted places I've been. So it's not really that in depth. But there is a lot of it sounds like there's a lot of spirit energy and child spirit energy because there's another one from a submitter, a poster by the name of Tim, saying I used to work the swing shift at the stroller shop. Again, not somewhere in the park you would necessarily think would be haunted or an attraction for ghosts. One night I was clearing Fantasyland of strollers just past 1 a.m. A coworker and I were between the carousel and Dumbo when we heard children laughing. We decided to find a security guard and let them know that there were still guests in the park, but as we started walking towards the Matterhorn, the Dumbo attraction turned on, music and all. Since we had just finished collecting strollers from Casey Jones' Dumbo queue, we knew that there weren't any attractions cast members operating the ride. So that's pretty intense. The ride itself turned on when there was no one there after the sound of children laughing. And I think we've got to remember it is the happiest place on earth. A lot of children would probably have that as the best day of their life. And of course, they might linger there. But one of the most famous things, and this is something that happens at Disney a lot, is that in the Haunted Mansion, people try and leave, what can we say, remembrances of their family members. So much so that there is now a rule about ashes and human remains. That's hard to say tonight at Disney. So this is one of the stories of the Haunted Mansion. There's a woman in the queue for the Haunted Mansion, and she seemed sad. The attraction greeter, I can't spell, at the foyer asked her why she was so sad. She shared the story of her teenage son who had been diagnosed with cancer. She had promised him they would come to Disneyland together when he got better. He unfortunately never did and passed away. She was carrying a photo of the two of them together and showed it to the cast member. He asked her if he could have the photo and he would place it in the ballroom so they could be at Disneyland together forever. The photo used to be under the second plate from the left on the table. Yes, I've actually seen the photo and it has been moved since. So it's the settee under the staircase. So if you're a Disney head, it's something to look at, I guess, and have a look and see if it's still there. But and if you were a TikToker, you've obviously seen there is a big craze about the Disney hug. The people that work at and for Disney are usually some of the nicest, most talented, caring people, and they make sure that everyone who is there is involved and is feeling the love. So that's a beautiful moment from a cast member that went out of their way to give not only the mother but the son who couldn't be there a really nice final moment together and a memory that she can have. Hi, Danielle. How are you? I think there's technical difficulties going on all around the place. I was just saying to the ladies before, we had the same problem with Uncensored Radio last week. For some reason, out of nowhere, it turned into an event, and our live show was an event. So who can say? Who can say what's going on with technology? Everyone's listening to us, I think. That's okay. Yeah. Daisy's right. We have only just started. So we are, yeah. I agree, Lisa. It's nice to honor people and to give them that moment, but there is a if you do it for one person, you do it for everyone. So otherwise, there's going to be a lot of ashes. But I know for a fact because I know someone that used to work at one of the parks that they are quite strict on the human remains being scattered around Disneyland now, and that if that is found to be your intent, you are surreptitiously removed from the park, which who wants to get kicked out of Disney? Hi, Captain Chaos. Hi, Melanie. People are here. So I'm just going to read a couple of short stories, and you guys can give me a little bit of an idea of what you think. So these are comments from various haunted Disney posts. It was always really haunting to go backstage here. I rarely ever went because I always felt like someone's following or watching me. Well, there are people, as I said, there are lifers at Disney as well who have made it their entire life to work at and for the park. And it's a generational thing too. There are people whose grandparents worked for Disney who are now still working for Disney, and their parents, their children, everyone's still working for Disney. There's one from Dawn B who says the stockroom of the Star Trader that shares a wall with a section of track is also haunted. Cast members avoid going there alone and feel like they're being pushed down the stairs leading up to it. There's also a spirit of a child that haunts the area around the Splash Mountain drop. He likes to peek over the counter at cast members who close the Briar Patch merchandise location there. Could you imagine? I think with a place that is so full of energy all the time, it's like working at a really busy restaurant or like an event space when everything closes down and stops, you forget how quiet it can be. There is movement at the station, for the word had passed around. It's Anne!
You know it's my relative, don't you?
We're
you,
doing.
well, you don't have your microphone on, Steve.
They can hear us.
I don't care.
They can hear
I have
us.
to put it down with.
We've been doing Disney stories. Remember we're talking about that? Oh, I was just talking about a lady that passed away at the hotel.
Oh,
the other
no.
night. So we're just doing a short little Disney is a shithole. Oh well, wait, what's going on? What? There I am.
Right.
Disney is a
Oh,
shithole.
here, we'll click here. Do you want to grab
Yeah.
that?
You can do that.
I'll do that.
You can do the
I'll pop that
comments.
up there.
I wasn't that prepared. I was just going for it.
Yeah, no. He's a consummate professional.
Consummate professional. So I had two friends that worked on the canoe ride, and they both said they had ghostly experiences, someone touching them or seeing something out in the water, but when they went to investigate, there was nothing there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Again, this is Star Traders. This is a second story. Star Traders stockroom are also haunted. I always felt being watched and hearing kids' voices and laughing. I remember going up to the fourth level stockroom, getting a plush and hearing a child's voice in the storeroom.
Oh, that's always creepy.
Right?
Creepy children.
Right?
Don't like it.
There are so like this. As I was saying, this is a haunted Orange County, and I found that
Oh.
these
The
are all
OC.
Disney stories. These
Yeah.
are all former employees
Right.
and stuff that are telling their stories on Disney ghost encounters at Disney.
Yeah, well, you know about the haunted house, don't you?
Yes, that we were talking about ashes in the haunted house.
Go around with the whizzer and
they can't
oh, by
be
the
doing
way,
that.
I've got a vacuum cleaner. I've got a, so
there we go.
when you come to stay
Good to
next
know.
time,
We can dust up
we
some
can get rid of the
some
sluts.
cats.
The slut fluff. Go. There you go.
All right, Deanne D said, I worked on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. I was walking the track after closing, and just around the bend from the first lift, I saw a shadow on the mountain wall walking along with me. It was not my shadow. This shadow figure had on a baseball cap. I didn't wear my costume hat when I was doing a track walk. I saw the figure on several occasions. When I closed, yes, I talked to him every time.
Oh, keep him company, I say.
If you do want to do a deep dive, there are a few podcasts that do this too about the deaths that have happened at the parks.
I reckon we should do a True Hauntings
I
podcast
think
on it.
you would be doing it forever because there are so many stories. There is a big rule about people dying on property.
Right.
So they are given life-saving measures until they are out of the grounds.
Oh, so they don't die in Disneyland. Oh.
Yes. So there was someone in, I think it was Disney World, that's just passed away on a roller coaster. So that's what kind of,
God.
yeah, which is
You
just
imagine
kind of,
the roller coaster's going there.
yeah.
That's not nice.
Now there is a very, very famous story about a young lady who used to be a cast member at one of the closed attractions.
Yes, I know this one.
And there, if you go on YouTube, there is video. It can't be validated that it's actually her, but it was part of a now closed attraction that had a moving set, and it used to rotate around, and she got caught between a stationary wall and a moving wall, and there is what alleges to be video of the event and hearing the scream.
It was like the hillbillies.
Yeah, it was along a closed attraction now,
Yeah.
but it is somewhere where they still hear screaming in the darkness in the middle of the night. So
Oh, I got
yeah,
goosebumps.
I know it's
Oh.
creepy. We might just do a couple more, and then we'll talk about our little hot seat moment. Ghislaine Maxwell worked at Disney. That's a bit scary. That's scary in itself. All right, couple more. I was working, and these are all ex-employee ones, which are great. I was working alone to restock the Five and Dime, the merchandise near Toontown. Toontown had closed for night, and all the other cast members had left. I was restocking shirts, and a mug flew off the shelf on the other side of the room. Again, no one else was in the store, and I was 20 feet away.
Ooh.
The shelf is super sturdy and heavy wood attached to walls. I actually had that happen to a store I used to work at. I was closing, and it was back in the day when we used to sell CDs.
Oh God.
People,
Yes.
I was
Day by days.
doing the end of day books and whatnot, and out of the corner of my eye, we used to have a rack, so you'd have to put it in and lift it out to get in. I saw something. I saw it go up, over, and down. I went, "That's home time." That home time. There are just certain times where it's like I don't have the time. I don't have a paranormal pause. So I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Renata's okay. She just didn't get much sleep last night and she's a bit frazzled. I think having another birthday. It was her birthday last week and oh Sunday actually. And she's just exhausted. Poor bugger.
I think there it might be a migraine coming on
Yes. It's a
too.
migraine.
I
It's
had a
that
bit of
time of
a.
the
It
month.
is that. It's not good. Um, here we go. I worked at the haunted mansion, and a couple of times at night, I would be at the boarding area all alone. I would hear people chatting and laughing faintly as if they were coming from the elevator. So I'd step up and be ready to greet them, but nobody ever showed up.
I still love that ride so
I
much.
love the haunted
I
mansion.
love it.
I love the haunted
Oh,
mansion. And did you ever go when it was the Twilight Zone hotel? Right? Yes.
yes.
I love that. It's still like that in Disney World. It's not
I
in
don't
Disneyland
cope
anymore.
with free fall.
I loved it. And God for I last the time we went for Halloween about 4 years ago now. I went on with Brooke and Chris,
Oh yes,
who
yes.
used to be members of the Newcastle Ghost Tours team. And I was like, this will be fun, it'll be fine. And I'm like, I sat down and went, why am I having this existential feeling of dread all of a sudden? And as soon as I felt it kicking, I went, I remember. And poor Chris had me on one arm wrapped around him, Brooke on the other arm, and we're just like getting thrown in the
And
air.
his eardrums are bursting
Yeah,
with the screaming, no doubt.
I was laughing. It's a fun ride, but it's definitely something that's a bit PTSD related. It's like, oh God, I don't
Yeah,
want
what is it
to.
called now?
It's a Guardians of the Galaxy base ride. Same thing.
Oh, but there was the one with the big drop.
That's it.
So
Guardians of the Galaxy.
oh
Yeah.
so
So it used to be the Twilight Zone. It used to be the
yeah,
haunted
and in
hotel.
between that
Yeah.
there was something else.
No. Maybe at Disney World, but at Disneyland it just did the change over to Guardians. All right, two more. So we've got.
I've only been to Disney World at the lights at Christmas time.
Oh, there's a story of two little girls that died that frequently haunt the walkway from Fantasyland to Frontierland. You can hear them laughing on the island too. Apparently, they died in a flood in the early 1900s before Anaheim became Disney. There was really bad flooding. Supposedly, they were farmers' children. So
Oh,
that's interesting
yeah.
because it was all orange groves and nothingness
Yes.
back there. But it did used to have a really bad flooding problem
Hmm.
there, and they've obviously worked it to.
You all know about Sandgate Cemetery here in Newcastle, don't you? And our flooding problems.
Don't I've got family there.
When the water level rises,
So
so do the coffins.
everyone's like, yes. Well, that's great. There's another story about the fourth floor, um, Star Trader's stock room. So that is definitely one of them. It's if you want to learn a little bit more about this, it's hauntedoc.com, and there's
That's
look
going
at
to
all
be
these.
our backstory for obviously the next
True
True
haunting.
Hauntings.
That's something different though, because I do love I'm a bit of a slut for
Yeah.
a haunted theme park. I do love a haunted theme park.
Yeah.
But more paranormal because it's a hot seat and something to talk about.
Oh,
The ever
oh
expanding
God.
tale of the Conjuring Mansion.
Mansion? I don't know if I'd call it
Mansion
a mansion.
house.
It's a wooden
Oh,
house.
wait, Lisa. If you want to go on a deep dive,
Oh, there's a
you should do that. That's a good
oh,
one. That's a good one. Because
oh,
it's now, the truth of the matter behind
yes.
the ghost train fire has been revealed. But what happened before it, so interesting. It would make a really great horror movie. I'm like,
Oh,
there is, yeah, look, it's creepy. And
ugh.
if you find the photo, it's even creepy. So there you go. Maybe you
That was
should.
the river ride, wasn't it? Where that photo came from, wasn't it?
No, no. So there is a photo of people um, before the two of the children that passed away in the ghost train fire
Mm,
with this
beast thing.
horned, and I was at the ferry before on the way there, and
Yeah, I've seen that
that
photo. That
person
is
never
creepy.
that person has never been spotted before or since. It's yeah, it's all about the ghost train. It is one of the best local like mystery things that because it's like down the road and it is a little bit creepy at Luna
Oh,
Park. I'm
Brittany's
just
doing a tour at Sandgate on
yeah,
Saturday.
there are tours all I think this weekend they've got history tours and all that kind of stuff. So if you are
Yeah,
interested,
Sandgate Cemetery is like, because I mean, when I first started doing paranormal work, you hit the cemeteries because there's nowhere else you can go.
mm,
And we had some very bizarre experiences there, and I got some amazing EVPs with my then paranormal team member. He had a camera going, and we had a digital recorder going. Um, and on he'd asked a question like, does it hurt to communicate with us? The EVP on the camera said it burns like fire,
oh
but on the
Jesus.
digital recorder it said, but it's okay.
Oh, so it's a two-part conversation.
On two different
That's
objects,
cool.
recordings. That's
That
really
is
cool. I
so
don't
cool.
have those recordings, sadly, but yeah, really, really, really good. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Amy Lee Ryan. How are you
I
doing,
think that
Amy?
there could be a little bit
True
of a
Hauntings mini theme park series.
yeah,
Ooh.
that would be I would be very interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
But back to The Conjuring.
Yes, The Conjuring.
So last time we spoke, last week, was everything was put on hold.
Yes,
Yes,
because they thought it was sold.
mysterious buyer. Well, not mysterious buyer. Somebody paid the debt.
Yes, but they thought it was somebody had bought it from
Hmm.
underneath them.
So somebody had.
Violet Vet, did you make a mistake? If you need us to refund that, you let us know, because
Wow.
that's.
Okay. Look, we've
that-
shocked both of us. Stunned silence. You really enjoyed Disney ghost stories, obviously. Um, yeah. So it was
Thank
on.
you.
Yeah, it was on hold.
Right.
Mysterious hold. Right?
Let me
Yep.
get my brain cells back
Come on,
talking to
live
each
TV,
other.
live TV, live
Right,
TV.
live TV.
Come
Yep.
on, live TV training. We've got this. It was on mysterious hold because the lien
Mm-hmm.
slash loan had been paid,
Lien.
but apparently the sale is still up in the air. Now, Jason Hawes, as we discussed, had stepped forward after prompting from the community. He wasn't going to get involved from everything that he says, and we have to take it with a grain of salt, you know. But he has been encouraged by very many people and other professionals
Mm-hmm.
in the industry to step forward and be a part of it. So there is a GoFundMe now for the Save the Conjuring House. Now, the update. There is a mysterious benefactor.
Yes.
There's a mysterious benefactor who has donated,
Well, if they can raise, was it 600,000?
yes,
They will put in 400,000 to get them to the
and
million.
then Jason is going to match donations, I think he said. So they're at a really good, I guess, ballpark
But
for
they're also
something like
giving
that.
away the game, so to speak. That if they go to auction, they know how much money
Yeah,
they've got.
exactly. I think that yeah, I think it's a double-edged sword because
Mm,
they're trying to encourage people to get involved, and with something like GoFundMe, there has to be that transparency so people know how much money it is, where that money's going.
yep,
Jason was ready to refund all the money
yep.
at the point of the
And I
sale,
think he would. I
and he
have no
would. I
doubt
don't think
about that at all.
I know, Amy. I reckon the mysterious benefactor just maybe it was
It's Violent Vet.
Violet Vet.
Violent
Is
Vet
it
is the
you?
mysterious
Is it
benefactor.
you?
After that, I'm having a hot flush.
So if it's a mysterious benefactor, it's somebody famous slash
Somebody in the
infamous,
industry.
right?
Yep.
Do you? I don't know that they would ever work. Could it be a Zach Baggins?
That's what popped into my mind.
Could it? Could it be Matt Rife?
Could
Do you
be.
know? Could it be somebody that? It's somebody that has the
Could it be
means.
Elon Musk?
It's not. Well, I don't know if he believes in the
No, he
paranormal. Does he?
doesn't.
He's got enough drama. Elon's got enough going on. But I'm so curious. 'Cause that's a lot like that, and that's somebody that has intention to work and save the house and be. I don't think it's Isaac, but you never. If it
I
is,
wish.
if it is, we're booking in and we're
Butts
going
man,
there to
don't
say
forget us.
it was Cinnamon Colby. Oh, we have to talk about Sam and Colby as well. Thank you, Captain Chaos,
Oh, I
because
will
they've
put.
put,
I'll put
yeah,
a star
put
there
a
so I
star on
remember
it.
that.
It might be Walt Disney back from the dead. You never know.
Look, my concern with all of this, right? A few things. Firstly, my prediction was at the very beginning that with all this bad talk going on between the woman of the house and Jason Hawes and all the other investigators, that it felt like I said that I reckon Jason Hawes will buy the house and put his daughter in to run it. And that was back when this all started a year ago, when we were there. And then it sort of all died off, and then it was all this other stuff going on. And then all of a sudden, Andrea has come on and done this whole thing. We need someone to save it, and I'm calling on Jason Hawes. And I went, okay, this seems a little sus to me. Um, it's almost like it's staged, ready to slide it across for Jason to come in and be the protective, which he has done. He has stepped up. He has done it. Now all the paranormal community is going, oh, it's wonderful how it's brought the whole community together, paranormal unity
But
and
what
all that
happens
stuff.
next?
This is what worries me, what Steve just said. What happens if they get it? Because no matter what Jason does with this house, it will be ridiculed. Because everyone's had their little finger in the pie, even if it's just a fingernail, they feel they have a say. They put money in to help save this house.
Well,
Everyone will
I
have
think this
opinion.
is the thing because on the original post which I watched, which was him addressing everything, he said that he will not have involvement in
Well, he
the
doesn't
day
have
to day.
time.
Yeah, he will not have involvement with the day to day running. It'll be an LLC put in place to run it like a business,
And that's where I reckon his daughter
which it
will be in.
is.
And he said the people who were running it before will be involved. His daughter was involved.
But I don't think you can fault that if it's going to put it back into a manageable. Like obviously there was issues with the licensing that it couldn't be. With the previous
Yeah,
owner, they lost the license for the tourism
which
and
was
all that kind of
because of
stuff.
the instability of the owner, from what I've
Yeah,
heard. They
allegedly.
allegedly. We've got
Yeah.
to say that. I don't get in
So,
trouble.
yeah, it's still happening. As we said last week, this will be a developing story until it's not.
Nobody puts
And
Conjuring in the corner.
and then well, they should have with that last movie.
Bad, huh?
Stinky, stinky, stinky. But yeah, I think it's something that we'll continue talking about because it's going to be a point of contention from
Yeah.
now on.
I part of me almost wishes it was somebody completely different that took it on and breathed fresh life into it,
Yeah.
because I don't know, I'm finding the ghost hunting paranormal TV shows a bit stale.
Well, everything's getting small. The world, it's on its downhill slope. We had the boom,
Hmm.
where everyone and everything had a show and they could all coexist
Hmm.
peacefully because there were so many options. But now there's monopolies happening with people buying locations and being stars.
Hmm.
Like that, there's
But the paranormal community doesn't approve of
I
them,
know,
and
and
that
also
really, but they've you know,
when they're the star, they
oh,
get the same rights, which is what happens with all the Travel Channel stuff that got cancelled in favor of Zach's stuff because Zach is the star, Zach is the face. So all those shows that weren't Zach Baggins related have
yeah,
now disappeared.
yeah.
But everyone's going back to YouTube and onto
We
TikTok and all that
we
stuff.
control our own
Yeah,
content.
you've got to control your own content, which is just the future. Speaking of people who control their own content, Sam and Colby fans, they've caught in controversy again.
Oh, what's happened this time? I've missed this one.
Pendle Hill.
Oh, the witches.
They were at Pendle Hill doing an investigation where they summoned the devil.
Sorry, my eyes just rolled completely into the back of my head. I think you may have even heard them go bang as they hit the back.
And people are not happy. People are not happy with them more than anything else.
Why would they do that? I don't understand. Oh, well,
Uh,
of course I do understand. It's called views and numbers, and the British witches have worked very hard to separate themselves from being, what's the word, in league with the
Yeah,
devil.
yeah.
because it's got nothing to do with
And
that. The
like
devil
the
is a
people in Salem.
Yeah, Christian concept. It's nothing to do with witchcraft. Witchcraft is Earth, Mother Earth, the power of
Do
the
unto others
elements,
what
and
you would have do unto
yeah,
you.
yeah, it's all
Where it
that sort of
comes back
stuff, and
threefold, all that. It's
yeah,
putting good
and
juju into the universe.
trying to help and care for those who deserve it, really. Um,
Yeah. I Pendle Hill is controversial in its own right now because my haunted location own
oh
that
yes,
that
because
location on
Pendle
there
Hill
as
itself
well.
is just a hill.
Is just a hill. But it is the locations around it that are causing the problem. And we've talked about it in the past. It's not within anyone's business or interest or well interest, yes, but if you are a guest at a location, and depending on what you believe, I guess, it's I don't think you have any right to summon anything at somebody else's location when you get to leave.
Yeah, you
Whether you
get to walk
believe it
out
or
the
not,
door.
yeah. I, and talking about the Warrens, I strongly believe that's what happened in Amityville because Daddy was into all that transcendental meditation, all that kind of stuff, quite heavily. If you watch the documentary My Amityville Horror, which is about one of the children, he says he was well a lot deeper into witchcraft and all that kind of stuff than anyone knew or that was put into any kind of book or anything like
Hmm.
that. And that all of this didn't stop once they left Amityville. It's just no one's interested in it.
Yeah.
George may have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew and played with things that he didn't understand.
And that reminds me of the box with Tony
Yeah,
Rotunda, where
but
somebody bit off more than they could chew and somebody else had to go rescue them.
this is the thing. Like, it's not something that I am necessarily going, oh yes, curse, haunting, da da da. But I'm also not going to engage in something like that at somebody else's house, at somebody else's place of business, at a cultural site, something like that,
Hmm.
because I get to walk away, and the people that work there, live there, visit there, have to deal with that if you have managed to manifest something. And they apparently did it live on a live stream.
God.
So how many people are now going to go, the devil's in my house? The devil's here. The devil's doing something to me because we know a lot of issues within this community butt up against mental health. If you're putting that kind of energy out there, it's irresponsible,
Mm,
in my
it
opinion.
is. And I know I keep harking back to uh, something that happened to me when a fairly novice ghost hunter said, "Oh, I've had somebody ask for help. They've had things happening in their house. I think they've got a demon. I need a REM pod."
Need a REM pod. That'll
That was
save the
literally
day.
the conversation.
That'll
And
save
I
the
just
day.
like, um, okay, let's just take a step back here. You can't go into somebody's home going, I think you've got a demon, and be all excited you've had the chance to have an investigation, and then go, oh, yeah, you've definitely got a demon. Bye.
Yeah. And what does that do to the people that are left there? You know, that does not.
No.
And even when we were at the jail,
Mhm.
there were nights where it was all good, fun, da da da. And then there were darker nights where things were said, things happened. Ooh. and
They miss us, I tell you, they
and
follow us.
it you've got to be careful what you ask for
Mm.
and what you push and what you because it might not be your belief system, but you don't know the belief system of the people around you,
And the
and you
effect of your
don't
belief
know
system.
what you're actually doing. Captain Chaos has a question.
Please ask
Please
away.
ask your question. Welcome to the hotline. I
If
can
it's
talk for
if
ages,
it's a
so
tarot card reading, we can't help you.
we can
The
fake it.
mistress.
We can
Oh,
fake it.
I do every time I get my cards out. It's
Fake it. Yeah, but
fabulous.
you're sometimes eerily accurate too,
It's because I'm not thinking about it. I
which is
just
good.
make stuff up. Yeah.
I
There is.
get. I'm sorry, to cut you off. Go back onto what you were talking about, that EVP that you got at
Hmm.
it,
Cemetery.
yeah, cemetery. Thank you. Too many haunted locations. It reminds me of the video. Oh, can a demon in a house be proven or not?
We'll pop that up
Yep,
and
sorry.
we'll come back to that. Yep.
We can talk about this later because it's YouTube related.
Oh,
It's all good.
okay. Um, well, what is a demon?
Mm.
There are so many people out there now claiming that so many things are demon. What is the definition of a demon? What's the definition of a demon for you, Steve?
See, demon, the word demon connotates religion, right?
Yep.
It has religious connotations. I think there was a long time there where we were used demons the hot button word.
Mm. Hmm.
It used to be
It's a trigger.
remember in the late 90s, early 2000s, most haunted era when that was the thing. It was all about elemental
Oh,
spirits.
yes, it was. Yes.
Elemental spirits,
Yep.
something that had never been human, that was of the land, that is either sentient or created by the energy on the land and is old as time and has its own, I guess, will and thought, because it's Bloody Chapel. There's supposed to be one.
No, there's meant to be one in underneath
Yeah,
the castle, which is
but
part of the law,
like
but it
yeah,
has been seen up in the Bloody
yeah.
Chapel. Yes.
So is it just? I have a big problem with demon because in my short time working with these guys, and even in when I was a guest and doing other investigations here and overseas, I've never experienced something with
That level of fear.
look, malevolent intent, yes, if you believe you're communicating with something intelligent, but I haven't seen anyone be like, I'm not sitting here watching Anne get three scratches on her and a pentagram on her head and
Not that I've shown
all
you.
that kind of stuff. So I struggle with demons. I
Yeah.
struggle with people labeling everything as demons.
Yes. I'm pretty much the same in that demon is a word that's created within the concepts of Christianity and some other religions as well, but they go by different names. It is supposed to be a dark, negative energy that was never here on the
Never
earth.
human.
And do you know what? I think that if you've got an alleged demon in your house, I think it's actually just someone who's very negative or doesn't like you being there. And I don't think it's
Or
demonic.
is it your
Or,
we've talked about
or
it
is there a
when we
projection of you?
we did when we did the
Oh,
weekend, the shadow self
oh,
stuff.
yes,
Is it
yes.
that? Is it a manifestation of that because you are on a different frequency, on a different plane? This is part of why the paranormal, it can be so interesting.
Hmm.
You don't know whether it is undiagnosed psychology or is it something other? Is it
And why is it some people can see this entity and others can't? Is it because they've got a gift to be able to see this, to discern it, or is it because there is mental health issues
and
or they
yeah,
want it to happen?
exactly. And we say a lot of time. Anne says that she's a psychic with a box of hair sometimes, and
Brick.
I am not that way inclined either.
Hmm.
But the more that it's the more you look into the void, sometimes the void looks back, and
Yeah.
you find yourself with surprising things. Like as we always, you always say, jump on the spirit box. I'm like, okay, cool, because it just seems to
You
be
entertain us.
that's how that's my thing,
Hmm.
and it's not something that I ever believed I would do or could do, but I put myself in the situation and it just seems to be relevant.
Mm.
Or like weirdly so.
Yeah, very
Very
freakily
weirdly
so.
so. More questions.
Solved a murder. That's what I want to say.
What is a
Um,
poltergeist? So you
so
guys,
hang on.
oh,
Yes,
sorry.
Tommy Go House recently, there was a visitor from the jail. It was awesome. They
Yeah.
do miss our visits and we miss them.
We had
Absolutely.
to get a bit. I had to get called in. Mel had to call me in to
Oh, did Philip
bring
come on?
somebody along.
Was it Philip?
No,
Oh, because
I
normally Philip that
I
swears and
think
carries
it
on.
was Snake actually.
Oh.
So yeah,
Right, what is a poltergeist? So yes, Captain Chaos did say it is it's the German for noisy ghost. It's meant to be something that throws things around. There is there's quite a bit of research going on about this now. Uh, Originally, they seemed to think, or some people called it demonic. No,
Everything's demonic until it's proven
other
otherwise.
people seem to think that it's to do with a teenager, and that dramatic change from being a child going into the starting of being an adult, and that they have
Hormones
repressed
and all that kind of stuff.
repressed PK psychokinetic energy, which will burst out uncontrollably.
Which,
Uh,
if you've ever been in a room with a lot of teenagers,
mm,
I believe
mm,
there's a lot of energy there.
mm, and they smell. They do.
Yes, actually, I can test that it was a bit hot today.
There's another theory going out now that it doesn't have to be a teenager. You could have a lot of tension in the household, a lot of anxiety, people fighting. There could be violence, and people holding everything in,
Too much
drama.
tension.
Too much tension.
People that just need to vent.
You need to let it out, people. You need to talk about it and let this shit out, because otherwise it bottles up
Manifests in
and
other things.
explodes and affects you in different ways. And some of these ways can actually be physical ways with bangs and knocks and noises and things that are going on. And there is no definitive what
It's
is a poltergeist. Was it originally a human at some stage or other? I don't think so. I think it's more an extension of the living.
that maybe, yeah, because is it, and it's
What do you
obviously
guys
a
think?
non, it's a non-conscious thing that this is happening to people. Obviously, in the second Conjuring movie, that was the whole story, you know.
We've
Uh,
got lots of questions.
but or is that energy like a tulpa kind of thing, given sentience,
Yes,
given
because you feed energy
it's
into it.
like anything. If you give something a name and an energy and agency, you automatically give it power.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Violent Vet, Ireland was amazing. It was absolutely gobsmackingly
Don't know.
amazing.
I was here.
He was looking after all. No, you weren't looking after the animals. That was Roman looking after the animals. You were looking after the team.
I was. I was. I
Very
was
much
at Tropico
appreciated.
House.
You were. There you go. Um, uh, right. We did that one. I'm just going to get rid of that one.
Look, Amy has a very.
Where's the $1,000,000 you're conjuring up for me? Amy, do the Maitland ghosts visit your homes? If they follow you around, do they come over for tea and scones?
that they're not that kind of crowd.
I haven't opened myself up to communication with anyone from Maitland Jail in my house, because I don't know if they're really someone
Yeah,
I'd like
you don't
to
want to hang
linger
around.
longer here, if you know what I mean. Especially when I go away and leave cousin Steve here.
There's sometimes enough going on here. The dogs are always looking up the hallway and doing something. But there was
Oh, yes.
and I think it was while you were away.
Mm-hmm.
One time when we were, you know how Maitland Jail used to be. Let's go, up, do it again, go,
Yep.
do the spiel, move along. Everyone's happy, everyone's scared. Tears and fears, tick, tick, tick. Cool.
API.
Get them out, lock them down. And I wasn't around for the closing down. I was busy making sure everything was packed up so we could get out and get
Oh, we had a
going.
demonic manifestation one night.
I went home. I went home and I was home alone. There was no one there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I, you know how it is after an investigation for everyone that does investigations and stuff like that. The wind down is sometimes hard, and you're
Yes,
awake
you
till
can't go straight to bed because it's all been very exciting.
even
So
after the
you have to,
overnights. You're like,
yeah.
but I did go to bed, and I told this story actually at my Maitland Groff and Brosman House. Oh,
That's
Brosman
what.
and Broth House. Last time I was there, I rolled over in the middle of the night, and there was someone standing in the doorway. And I said, "No, sorry, not welcome. Go back to sleep." So, and it was a full legs, head, shoulders, dark figure. Lounge room light was on, so there was blocking light. And I'm like, if it
Wow.
wasn't like 4 o'clock in the morning, I would be a bit more engaging. But that, yeah, for activity that I have experienced slash visually, that Maitland Jail's the ticker, and for you as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So do you reckon the more we do this and the more we immerse ourselves in this, the more we see? and experience?
Well, look at me. All right. So I came on as I was a
You
guest
were
to
a
start
guest.
with.
We stole him.
Always used to show up by myself, making the groups really, really hard to make. I'm like, hi, it's me again.
You
And
used to look terrified too.
I, it's all right.
That's
Feeling it,
great.
I was feeling
You were
it.
in the moment.
I still feel it, but it's just in a different way. Now, sometimes you just got to swallow that down and go, oh, yes, cool, that shouldn't be happening, but it's
Oh,
okay.
that's all right.
Customer service space. Um, yeah, and the more, especially since I've been now traveling with you guys and doing these investigations, the amount of, I just think when we did our road trip to Victoria, and we pulled
I'm
up at
so sick.
the hotel, and I went, "Ugh," and Renata went, "Ugh," and she goes, both of you at the same time. It's like, and the more time that I've spent with you is the Estes thing, is just getting so like I've never been a vibe slash feeling person,
Mm,
but the more time that you open yourself to stuff like this, and I am a bit of a spoil sport sometimes
me too.
on
Sorry.
the investigations, because you've got to have a rational head. But there are things that have happened that I can't explain, and
Mm,
there are moments where I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on there?
mm.
And I think it's the more you invest in anything, and it doesn't have to be the paranormal. The more you open yourself up to it, the more it fills you, and the more it drives you, and the more you get
The more
experience.
questions you
Yeah, the
have.
more questions you have.
Oh my God. All right, there was, I'll just take that one out. Um,
Grandkids seeing poltergeists. Look, that's a real. We'll talk about that in a minute. Go back up to the first one that you said, because there is that conversation about kids seeing spirits,
my
and
grandkids are
oh
poltergeists.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know, but I was because we were saying teenagehood.
Mhm.
Do you think that might? And this is just a thought that came to my mind. We see, we see things until we are told that they don't exist.
Yes, until the parents,
Is that latent? Is that what that is? Do you think?
our parents bashing it out of us and tell us to
And
wake up to
we
ourselves,
store
or
that away, and that energy bursts out of some people when they hit those hormonal years. Is
possibly
that,
when you start to think for yourself.
yeah, is that or not even? It's just there is such a build-up of that energy, because I remember being a kid seeing
Oh,
things
of
and being
holding
told,
holding
holding
back
that
the
energy,
ability.
holding back that ability, and it's got to
Mm.
come out somehow.
It's
Like
almost like you've been bound, and when you turn 16, it all comes loose.
but like we were
Like all
talking
the
about, like
movies.
stress,
Yeah,
like all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
When you hold stuff like that in, it has to vent out some. I just had a little thought then. That's all.
Mm, I like it. All
Ivan.
right. So does Ivan Milat come through at jail? Rarely. There are some people who think he comes through more often
All
than
the time.
what he did. But I had a spirit box session in that wing where we were getting direct answers, and even the word Belangolo came out. That was quite intense.
That the story of
I think he had just died.
it was just it was before my time when you guys were doing the sea wing,
Yeah.
and his name and facts kept coming through, and you
Mm,
guys finished up the tour and found out that he had
mm. And he shut off as
passed.
soon as we said, "Are there more bodies? Is there any more to find?" And he just wouldn't give any more information.
It's weird because the more time you spend in a location like that, there are personalities that manifest,
Mm.
and we talk to them like they're
You
real
do,
people,
because
and
they were.
you can tell when there's a change.
Mm. Yet you can feel
You
it.
can feel it, and there has been times when I think, especially when we're in Seawing, that he steps in and lets himself be known. Because as I always say used to say to guests, he's a pain in the ass in life, and he continues to be in the afterlife. Because, he won't tell his secrets, and he'll do what he wants when he wants. And that was the whole thing with Ivan. Yes, he was at Maitland Jail, but not for an extensive amount of
No,
time,
not for a long
because he
time.
was a problem. Even in the jail, he was moved from cell to cell, wing
Mm.
to wing, because he was a problem. And, narcissist, sociopath, serial killer.
As you
All of the
do.
things that make someone very difficult to deal with.
That's why I want to
And
get back to Tocal to talk more about that
yes, more drama.
serial
So
killer.
there is, yeah, that's, and it makes me wonder. if we look into the crimes around the area, if there's more.
Well,
If you
we've got
haven't been to Tocal, that is a very good plug for it. Murder and mystery at Tocal.
bodies, headless bodies.
Headless bodies.
Mm, still don't know who it is.
Yeah, I feel like there's little bits unfurling as we go there, and again, different energies, different rooms, different nights
I think
of
they've
people
got
having to
such
step
an
forward.
ego that he can't help
Yeah,
but
it's very
just drop
cocky.
little bits in every now and
Very
then.
cocky. Very cocky.
Oh, okay. Thoughts on the Byron Bay serial killer? I don't actually know about that. I've been away for a month. What's that?
I haven't heard that either.
Oh,
I know
Amy, you
there's
have
a
to tell
few.
us.
There seems to be a few serial killer moments popping up again. Like that, I guess if you look for it, you find it, right?
Captain Chaos, what did you do?
Mm.
You once did something silly,
Just the once.
just once. And we are keeping Vanessa company on the way home. You are
Yes.
more than welcome. I'm glad we can.
Those long drives can be perilous.
Yes.
Those long drives can be
So, all
perilous.
right, thank you. Send it in the poo bars. Yes, and thank you to all our poo bars who are on here right now that is a poo bar. Just say me in the
Give
comments
us a little
so
wave.
everyone knows who our poo bars are. And we thank you so much from the bottom of our black little hearts for supporting our work. We've been a little quiet, but
Busy,
we're
not doing nothing.
working our freckles off to try and to get that episode recorded the other day and then edited in 2 days.
Yeah. It is very much, I think, very much what people, and this has been my last couple of weeks too. They see the calm surface.
Yeah.
They don't see you pedaling like a motherfucker underneath.
Poor Renata's
Go,
exhausted.
let's keep going. I've had a couple of those laps. I've had a couple of those lapses the last couple of weeks. Like, just got to let's get to October. Let's get to the end of October and we'll be fine. But
Yes.
it won't be. It's just a whole lot of
That's
other
just the
stuff.
next
It's a whole lot of other
little
stuff.
mini ledge to grip your fingernails into, as I like to call it, because there's always something else. Now I did get something the other, was it today in the emails, which I thought I might read out because it really makes us so happy when somebody sends us a message. And of course now I can't find the blasted thing. Oh,
Oh, you need to put the Devil Luna Park pickup.
ooh,
It's weird, man. It's very weird. Very, very, very strange. And it will lead you down a rabbit hole that kind of alludes to a lot of things, a lot of strange things that have happened in Australia,
mm-hmm.
a lot of unsolved crimes, some very popular slash infamous, and what really happens in positions of power, etc., and what people cover up for
Ah, here it
people.
is.
So look into it.
Well filled, Steve. Thank you.
I'm a professional, baby doll.
He is absolutely okay.
Got it.
Now, while this is
Okay, that's
loading,
still loading.
I have a question
Hmm.
for you.
Oh God, yes.
Halloween's coming up.
Yeah. What am I doing?
Can we see a little bit of Waverly Hills?
We might have a little taster teaser. I'm still, there's a lot of
There's
footage.
a lot of footage,
There's a
and some of
lot of
it's
footage.
shit. But I mean, that's us, isn't it?
Some of it's very comical watching Anne trying to operate a drone in the dark, and you just hear us going, "There it is, there. Wait,
Then bring it in this
bring it
way.
back.
Left,
No,
left.
forward. No, the other forward, towards you. I'm shining the torch at it. I think that maybe the Pumas can see that.
Yeah.
No, you just.
I
And
was
then
so stressed I was
it
going to
was
lose
all
that
good. It
freaking
was
drone.
beautiful, and then it crashes into the wall.
It's the only way I could stop it. I couldn't land it, so I had to crash it.
It was
Ah.
good.
Anyway, this is from someone called Sarah. She said, I don't normally send fan messages, but I stumbled onto your podcast on Amazon looking for something to listen to during the Halloween season. I've been fascinated by the paranormal since my 20s, which were more decades ago than I'd like to think about,
Yep.
when I had two experiences in different friends' houses. I was a skeptic up to that point, and I still am, just a little less so. Being dragged around by the struggle bus of life more so than normal these days, and I have to say your humour and banter keeps my spirits up while working my soul-sucking job. Pun not intended, but definitely owned good for me. I'm in the dystopian country of the USA and not one that voted for this. My job is horrible and not secure anymore, but I'm clinging to it because there's nothing else. your wonderful research and stories told with humour, and I will giggle like a 12-year-old at things and then say you will say what's in my head, helps me get through my day. Thank you for being you and making my days a little brighter.
Oh,
It's just,
that's why you do it,
that's why we
really,
do
isn't
it.
it? Yep.
Yeah, that's why we do
Helping
it. So,
people, and you can help people in a majority of ways, you know.
yeah.
It's not always solving ghost
And honest
problems.
to God, Violent Vet, that was beyond
Beyond generous, thank you.
that 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 was gobsmackingly generous
That'll
of
probably
you,
put a
and
smile on Renata's face.
we'll let her know. She needs a smile at the moment,
Yeah,
so thank you. It's truly
yeah.
appreciated more than you will
And
know.
in general, thank you for the community
Yeah,
that have actually start welcomed me in as well. I'm just someone that plays around
we
in
like
the
you.
corner, and then I go to investigations. People are like, Steve, we're like, oh, yep, okay. I'm here. I'm here. It's
Yeah.
really, but everyone's been really lovely, and you guys are all super
Oh,
supportive
Robert,
and
thank
all
you.
very lovely. So thank you for again
Look,
supporting lovely ladies who work so very hard to give you all this content and all these tours and all the stuff.
and thank you for watching.
Yeah,
Thank you for sending emojis. Thank you for talking about us, and thank you for
sharing,
recommending
all
us.
that stuff.
Every single one of those things helps like you wouldn't believe.
Hmm.
It is truly appreciated. If you want to get over onto our Facebook page and wish Renata a happy birthday for last Sunday, please do. She needs
The good juju.
good juju and
The
a kick up
good
the butt.
juju. Oh,
Oh,
Joanne.
Joanne! Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
that's some
Oh,
good conversion there. That's a good.
the good old pounds are
I
wonderful.
tried to go to the UK recently. I know what the conversion rate is. Uh, you're shipping off again.
I am. I am wandering away. Yes, that's cousin Steve. We like to call him. Uh, sorry, I'm just trying to.
Trying
I'm
to keep up.
trying to.
Trying to keep up, Joe.
Yeah. I am going to Japan on Monday. We're heading off to Sydney on Sunday afternoon. It's a holiday, just a plain old holiday with Roman, the long-suffering husband, and
Alone.
well, not
Without any,
quite
but
alone.
without sidekicks is what I'm saying.
Yeah, without the paranormal friends, which is going to be really weird, but
How long till we get the messages? I wonder. By the way,
and yeah, it was. I was going because my gorgeous friends Simeon and Graham were going, and very sadly, Simeon has become quite unwell, and he had surgery today. So everyone, if you could send some healing vibes out to my dear, dear friend, he is like I don't have brothers and sisters that I know of, but Simeon is the closest thing to a brother I've got. So if you could send him some healing energy, I would be very, truly appreciative. So they pulled out of the trip, and I am now traveling with some of their friends that I sort of know.
new friends, new experiences, new countries. We love
Everyone
it.
had to endure me for days on end, and the scary thing is I don't think I'm going to be able to take my ADHD medication with me, so I'm going to be
God.
feral
Oh,
Annie.
what a good place! What a good place to be ADHD though in Japan. Sensory overload as the so
I'm going to have vending machine bingo for everyone. I've told them.
there is famously a big cultural divide as to how the Japanese engage with the paranormal too.
Hmm.
That'll be interesting.
Nothing we're
Are you
doing
gonna?
is
I
paranormal
know, but
though.
I can't believe that you're not gonna go. You'll smell it out somewhere. You always do.
Well, I mean,
Well, maybe.
I might find one or two
You
places.
never know.
I'm going to be looking for the pops,
You
the
know.
vinyl pops, and
She's going.
all the machines. Everywhere I go, I'm just going to be looking for paranormal shit because it's my life. I don't know how to do life without it
That's it.
these days.
If you don't have plans for Halloween though, and you're up for a little bit of spooky fun,
Old
I
Parliament
can't believe you've missed
House.
the first
I
one.
know. I'm gutted. I'm
Old Parliament
absolutely
House
gutted.
has opened its doors to us. We are doing our first investigation over the Halloween weekend. One of the nights is nearly sold out. The second night there is availability though. So if you want to be some of the first people to go there with us and see who we can scare up,
Very
it
good
is
hands. They've got
it
all my
is
gear there, so you'll be fine.
it is a space too.
It's
It is
huge.
a space, and
Uh,
it is
Renata and
foreboding
I,
looking.
yeah, we have now visited twice, and we've sort of mapped out what we're going to do. And these guys haven't seen it yet, and what
I've
we're
done
going
my
to do.
research, but I haven't been there physically.
I'm so excited. I'm dying to see what happens with the spirit box session in the opposition quarters. I can't. I can just imagine the stories that are going to come out of there.
Politicians' mouths. I can only imagine. But if you want to join us, Canberra might be a bit of a stretch for you. There are other investigations coming up. There's a Wallen. I don't know if Wallenby sold out this weekend, but
I'm not
there
sure.
is a Wallenby ghost hunt slash investigation this weekend, which is always a good time at Wallenby.
Molenbeek is
There's always
wonderful.
something interesting
It's
happening at Wallenby.
absolutely
Had people
fantastic.
fainting and all that kind
Oh,
of good stuff.
that's what you want,
You know,
isn't it?
all the good stuff. And then
Possession or two? No.
we've also had, I believe the next Tomago is sold out as well. We have reached capacity, so thank you.
Tocal's on the 14th.
Tocal, Murder and Mystery of Tocal.
Grossman is on the 22nd, but check Newcastle Ghost Tours on Facebook because that is where all the booking things are reliably. And if you would like to book a tarot reading with Renata or a spiritual guidance reading, her email is running across the bottom there. She would love you to reach out to her and book in a reading. Very much appreciated. But I think that we need to finish
We've done
up.
our hours. Thank you for
Yes.
sitting with us with all the technical drama that has started off the show.
And I'm doing Tripadel, so I don't have any choice of where I go apart from where they drive me in the bus. But the thing
She's
is, I don't have to drive the
the
bus.
control freak is letting go.
I'm letting go. I'm so looking forward to it. I don't have to look after any bugger other than myself.
I see, and again, it's like when we went
When our
away.
group was bad, they were
When we went
beautiful.
away, it was nice to be able to go when we didn't have to lead a group, but we led groups a lot.
Yeah, I know. We ended up there. Just what we do, isn't it?
It is.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the wonderful
Donations?
donations, support, everything that you've done. I won't be back next Thursday night. I might try and jump onto the live because I think there's only 2 hours difference.
Well,
Depends what
there
way
you go.
that goes. But
You never
Steve,
know what we'll do.
Steve and
Something will be
Renata,
happening. Something will be happening.
I will have cameras. I will have microphones. I'll have it all set up for you. You just got to come and plug your
Yeah,
laptop in.
we can do that. There'll be some. It's getting close to Halloween, so there's lots of good, scary stuff coming out too. If you are a cinemaphile, the Black Phone 2 is out today.
Ooh, ooh.
Looks creepy. Next week, I'm not sure if it's coming out in Australia yet. There is a paranormal investigation movie called Shelby Oaks that is getting huge buzz about being one of the scariest movies of all time.
Oh,
If you watch the
like
trailer
it.
for Shelby Oaks, it looks intense. But yes,
Thank you, Michelle. And
safe travels.
I'm making sure I get to the Don Quixote store. I've already checked it out on YouTube and I'm making a list. Oh, right.
You'll see myself and Mike at some point. You'll see Anne when she gets back.
I'll do some lives. Well,
Yeah.
I'll walk
She
around
won't be able
town
to
and
not do it.
I know I can't help myself. Anyway, thank you. Send Renata some love. Hopefully she'll be back on deck ASAP and we'll talk to you all later on. And thank you, Steve.
That's all right. So,
See you on the dark side. Be frightfully good.
don't be a dickhead and
Blow it
blow
out your ass.
from Japan.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. That stuff that makes your face do, I will blow it out my